Okay, we're here back from our commercial break. We left off with Maurice's pieces, and obviously we all agree that they're so far the team to beat. The next team, very interesting team, is U.S. Marshals, captained by Ali Marshall, and his lineup is scary. I mean, you look at the bottom of his lineup, you got Eddie Hakeem, David Asher hitting 7th to 8th. Ali, I mean, the only question I have with this team, Ali obviously a great pitcher. It's just a lot of time bombs on that team ready to explode. And, you know, Solomon and Braca and Ali and Jason, and, you know, he's just down the line. You can keep going on.
Ali had a shortage of hitting last year. And, you know, he was losing games 1-0 in the playoffs, I believe, 1-0, 2-1, and he really went for the hitting. He's got a lot of hitting. The question here is also Jaime Shama at shortstop. You know, can he handle playing short? Ali did not get a shortstop in the draft. Should be noted that he did make a trade in the draft, and that could have cost him a shortstop. The Jersey Shore team took A.B. Cohen. The next pick was Ali's, and he wanted A.B. Cohen, so he gave up his 4th-round pick for a fifth-round pick to have A.B. Cohen on his team. So that 4th-round pick ended up going to the Jersey Shore and picking Maxie Sutton, the shortstop. So Ali is left now with maybe a little bit of a question at short with Jaime Shama, but he's got a lot of hitting. So and Jaime has played that position in the past. So that's really the sore spot maybe on that team.
I think, Bobby, you hit it perfectly. This team has an unbelievable lineup from top to bottom. Ali Marshall is could be the best hitter in the YMSL today. And a top pitcher as well. But like you said, ticking time bombs at almost every position here. Abe J. Cohen patrolling the outfield. Nice young man, but I don't know if he is going to be able to handle, to be frank, the maniacs that are on this team.
And his hair is down to his waist now.
His hair is
so
now
I
down
don't know
to
if
his
he's
waist.
maybe a ticking time bomb type of guy now.
You never know. He could be one of those quiet types that you don't expect. But
like the Unabomber.
This team could be fabulous, but it also has some question marks in the locker room and on defense a little bit.
Yeah, they also have an interesting young player on this team that could be a sleeper. A.B.J. Cohen's younger brother, Erwin, who's an outstanding player in his own right, a little young.
Right.
But has a bright future in the
Actually, as I told you, I was scouting down in AA and AAA last couple of years. Back when Erwin was going into 2nd grade, I was his camp counselor, and he did win Athlete of the Group.
Wow.
13 people in Camp Aura back in circa 2000, 2001, something like that.
Right. What was that? Handball must be.
It was a lot. Handball, soccer, this, that.
Okay.
He could be a good little sleeper, but if you can get past the nervousness of being a rookie in this league, that's a question mark, on that team especially.
Now, they have the outstanding hitter David Harari, one of the top rookies last year, also forgotten in that lineup. Like we said, their lineup is stacked. Eddie Hakeem, the only question, the over-under on games attended could be 3. You know, so other than that, I mean, you know, Jaime Shama, obviously question mark. They could be anywhere from one of the top teams of the league to just all over the place, chaotic situations. So.
Right.
It's obviously a lot of talent there. The next team is the Jersey Shore organization, managed by yours truly, Douglas Dweck, over here. And Douglas, why don't you give us a quick synopsis of your team?
We have a lot of returning players from last year's Killer Z's championship squad. There's about 5 or 6 players on that team that are returning to this Jersey Shore team. There was a trade made, we should mention. Maxie Sutton and Morris Casson were traded to Adam Schulman's team to acquire Elliot Harari and Eli Bash Cohen. So those are 2 players that we had last year on the Killer Z's. I believe that the team is, you know, a good team. We needed some outfield speed. We got that in Elliot Harari. We have A.B. Saka coming back to pitch for us. He was a great pitcher last year. And we did go 7-0 with A.B. Saka pitching last year with a similar squad. Of course, we don't have Lee Zakaria, but we have Michael Rishti, hopefully, that can take up the slack of missing Lee.
There's no doubt this team does have a lot of talent on it, but I am hearing that Douglas Dweck and Hank Shallon are not seeing eye to eye on many personnel moves, and I don't know if you want to expound on that,
Well, I would expound on that. I'll expound on that.
Because my people are telling me that you two can't agree on
Well,
almost anything.
I agree with that. I say that's correct. But that's the power of the team. That in the end, the right thing gets done. Because I was willing to, maybe give a little bit more into Adam Schulman to try to acquire those two players. And Henry said, hold it there. We're giving him a lot. It turned out he was correct. And
I think
I think it's a good mix.
Too many chefs spoil the broth.
But the same chefs were on the same team last year, and we had a very
but
nice
this is
broth.
not the killer disease of last year. You're missing the key person, which was Lee Zakaria, who was a lightning bolt on
I think I should mention, not to get into a heated debate here, but I think I should mention that Lee was not present for any of the 7 wins in the playoffs last year.
I do want to mention, I think Abe Saka is an excellent, very underrated pitcher, somehow still remains underrated in the eyes of many, even though I think he's really grown into a top pitcher in this league. I do think another locker room issue, Norman Gaz-Jamal. I don't know about that pick that you made late.
I think anyone named Norman Jamal can't be too bad.
That's
can't be too bad.
The funny thing about Norman Gaz-Jamal, we should say, somehow the guy gets the job done. At short center, at first, wherever you put him, he gets the job done. So he's a great late-round pick every year.
Mm-hmm.
You have another pick that I thought was interesting. Nobody talks about. Mikey Shallon's got an outstanding bat.
Mikey Shallon from Brooklyn.
I don't think you really have a position for him, but he's a powerful guy, and he could play third, play first, and he could also pitch in case maybe sack.
We should also mention Eli Harari, a rookie, will be playing left field for us this year, and also a promising rookie.
And also, how could we forget Ike Jamal making a comeback?
Yes.
He did leave a couple years ago, and didn't leave off his best years.
No.
So to see how he comes back is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And Mikey Shallon could be very good, but if you don't get him his minutes, as they say over in basketball, if you don't get him his playing time, you could lose somebody like that. So, and with your co-manager, Hank and Douglas, and one of you wants to play him, the other doesn't, could get interesting.
Yeah.
I think we are a playoff team.
You're definitely a playoff team.
Again,
it's how far A.B. Saka obviously proved himself as a bona fide starting pitcher in this league. He's definitely has great athletic ability. Your lineup is pretty solid. Your question mark really, I guess, in right field between Abraham Haber and I guess Michael Richtie, whoever ends up getting that position.
Well, actually, Elliot Harari will be to right. So left field will be, Eli Harari, maybe Abraham Haber.
So that's the big question. But other than that, your team looks pretty good. And if Ike Jamal gets back to the 2004-2005 Ike Jamal, that team is going to be scary.
That's probably the key to that team.
He was right up there with Mo Sham in those years as just an incredible center fielder. The next organization is the Killer Z's 2, and obviously captained by Lee Zakaria. And this team, right off the bat, starts off with Ike Edid, which you can't go wrong with that. I thought, he made some interesting picks. He's got the biggest question mark he made was picking Sammy Cross as a starting shortstop. A lot of upside on this kid. Tremendous athlete. But again, he's being thrown into the fire first year. YMSL. It's not that easy, but he's really the only question mark as far as positions. Outstanding outfield with Sonny Shalom and Joe Chira and Avi Dweck. And I think with Edid pitching, and that team could be one of the strong teams.
I think, I'll take this one first. I think this team is one of the top teams in the league. Anytime you have Edid on the mound, that's a no-brainer. Sammy Cross, that shortstop, I'm a believer in Sammy Cross. And I've never seen him play softball before, but anything else I've seen him do on a field, on a court, any sport, he's excellent. And also they have Stephen Matesh playing first. So even if Sammy's a little nervous at short, Stephen Matesh is the best fielding first baseman in the league.
Yeah. And let's not forget also, they had a bona fide second-round pick for many years, Jason Sultan, they got in the 5th round. So, he's been off a couple of years as captain, but he could come back and put monster numbers. That team could be that much stronger. And Joe Chira is, is right up there.
I think I have to weigh in over here. I mean, I've heard both of you speak, and I can't disagree more. I'm sorry to say this. I think this is one of the weakest teams in the league.
No.
Wait, we may be going to commercial break. I'm getting some signals here.
Back after this.
Wow, we got